You wake up in ancient Egypt, 1500 BCE. There's no alarm clock, no watch, no phone glowing on your nightstand. Yet the priests already know it's the 4th hour of the night. They know because they're staring at the sky, watching a star named Sirius climb past a fixed point on the temple wall. How did people even measure something invisible, like time, before a single clock existed? For roughly 300,000 years, Homo sapiens lived without seconds, minutes, or hours. Nobody needed a clock to hunt, to sleep, or to gather food. The sun rose, the sun set, and that rhythm was enough. But once humans settled into farming villages around 10,000 BCE, everything changed. Crops needed planting on schedule. Rituals needed exact timing. Trade needed coordination between strangers who couldn't shout across a field. Time stopped being a feeling and became something people had to track. The earliest solution was a stick in the ground. Archaeologists call it a gnomon. Egyptian shadow clocks using this idea date back to at least 1500 BCE. A vertical rod cast a shadow across marked divisions on a stone base. As the sun moved, the shadow swept from one line to the next. By midday, the shadow flipped, and the clock ran the reverse count for the afternoon. Egyptians even built massive stone obelisks, some over 100 feet tall. These worked as city-sized sundials, visible from streets away. There's an obvious flaw here. Clouds roll in, the sun sets, and the whole system goes blind. For half of every day, shadow clocks were useless slabs of stone, so Egyptian priests looked up instead of down. They tracked 36 star groups called decans, each one rising roughly 40 minutes after the last. A tool called a merket, a plumb line paired with a siding rod, let two priests align a star against a fixed marker and call out the hour. Temple inscriptions at Karnak describe priests reciting these star hours through the night. This is why ancient Egyptian hours weren't fixed at 60 minutes. Daylight was split into 12 hours and night into 12 more. So an hour in June ran far longer than an hour in December. Stars only work when the sky is clear too. A separate invention solved both problems at once. Water. The oldest known water clock is a stone vessel called a clepsydra. It was found in the tomb of Pharaoh Amenhotep I. It dates to around 1400 BCE. Water dripped from a small hole at a measured rate. Marked lines inside the bowl tracked the hours as the level dropped. Centuries later, in Alexandria, around 270 BCE, an engineer named Ctesibius added floats, gears, and a dial. He turned a dripping bowl into something closer to a machine. The Tower of the Winds in Athens, built around 50 BCE, housed a water clock large enough to serve the entire city. Sundials mounted on its outer walls served as backup. Fire measured time too. In 9th century England, King Alfred the Great reportedly burned 6 candles a day. Each candle was marked with rings to track the hours. This worked even when travel kept him away from any sundial. In China, incense clocks took the idea further. Sticks or coiled ropes of incense burned at a known rate. Some versions suspended small metal balls on threads above the incense. When the burning line reached a thread, it snapped. The ball dropped into a metal tray with an audible clang. That sound alerted servants or monks without anyone needing to watch it. By 1088 CE, Chinese engineer Su Song built something that dwarfed all of this. A 40-foot, water-powered astronomical clock tower in Kaifeng. Falling water turned a massive wheel fitted with an escapement mechanism. That device let the wheel advance in fixed, controlled steps instead of spinning freely. Mannequins inside the tower rang bells and displayed plaques marking each hour. All of it ran automatically. It's one of the closest things to a mechanical clock built before mechanical clocks existed. The design was lost for centuries after the Jin dynasty invasion in 1127. Meanwhile, in medieval Europe, monasteries had their own reason to master time. Monks followed canonical hours, fixed prayer times through the day and night. Missing one carried real consequences within the order. Bells rang from monastery towers to call the faithful to prayer. Someone had to know exactly when to pull that rope, often relying on water clocks or carefully measured candles through the night shifts. Notice what's missing from every single one of these systems. Precision, as we define it today. Egyptian hours stretched and shrank with the seasons. Water clocks slowed down as temperature changed the water's thickness. Candles burned faster in a draft. Nobody had a fixed, unchanging unit of time until European clockmakers introduced the verge escapement around 1300. It used a swinging weight to tick forward in equal steps. It didn't care about weather, season, or how attentive the monk on duty happened to be. For thousands of years before that mechanism existed, entire civilizations ran on shadows, starlight, dripping water, and burning rope. Farmers planted by star position. Priests prayed by candle rings. Cities coordinated by a bronze water tank in a public square. None of it was accurate by modern standards. None of it needed to be. People built whatever tool the world around them allowed, and they passed the method to the next generation until someone built something better.